Now, in addition to creating and saving workspaces inside Photoshop, essentially saving the Photoshop interface to your own liking, something else that we can do, which I mentioned earlier, is we can customize Photoshop's keyboard shortcuts. Now, how the heck do you do that? Well, let me show you this. I'm going to head up to my Edit menu, all the way up at the top, and then head all the way down towards the bottom of the Edit menu, and you'll find a command there called Keyboard Shortcuts. Go ahead and choose that guy. And that'll bring you into the keyboard shortcuts and menus dialog box, kind of a massive dialog box here. And what I'm looking at right now are a list of all of Photoshop's application menu commands. So here on the Mac, the first menu is Photoshop. And if I twist that guy open, then I see all of the menu items underneath the Photoshop menu. Now, if you're on a PC, the first menu that you're going to see is going to be your file menu. So I twist that guy open, and then inside the file menu, we have new and open and browse and bridge and so on. And then we have the associated keyboard shortcut there as well. So the default keyboard shortcut, this is an easy one, for creating a new file or a new document, very simply on the Mac here anyway, is Command N or Control N on the Windows side. So what I could do is I can actually click in there and I could change that keyboard shortcut if I wanted to. Now, I'm not going to change this guy here. I have another one that I'm going to change that I have in mind, but I'll get to that in just a moment. So that's kind of the idea though. You come in here and you twist open the menu that you're after, scroll down a little bit, look for the command that you're after. Notice that not all of the menu items have an associated keyboard shortcut, but you can actually click inside that shortcut column and assign a keyboard shortcut if you want, assuming that shortcut hasn't already been assigned to another menu command. So that's kind of cool. Now, there's something else I want to show you here as well. I'm just going to collapse down the layer menu. These are the application menus, don't forget, and it goes all the way down to help for me here, at least on the Mac. But I can drop down the shortcuts for pull down menu, and I can say panel menus. So that would be the menus inside my palettes, right? So we have the actions palette, for example, the brushes palette, and so on and so on. Or what I could do is I could head into tools. Now, I hope you know about this. In Photoshop, all of the tools, well, I shouldn't say all of the tools, but most of the tools have a single keystroke equivalent or a single keystroke shortcut to activate that tool. For example, V for the move tool. Well, again, I can come in here and I can change that. Maybe for whatever reason, I want to change the move tool to M, and I'll switch the marquee tool. I'll have to switch that shortcut to something else, right? But anyway, that's the idea. You come in here and you choose the set of menus that you want to go and adjust. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to head back to Application Menu, or Application Menus. I'm going to twist open File, and there's a shortcut that I actually want to get rid of, if I can find it in the list here, which is Save As. And on the Mac here anyway, the keyboard shortcut for Save As is Shift-Command-S. And that's a keyboard shortcut that I don't often use myself anyway. You might want to use a different example, but this is the example I'm going to use. I don't use a Save As keyboard shortcut very often, but I do use another command called Save for Web and Devices. I do a lot of web work, and I'm constantly using Photoshop's Save for Web and Devices dialog box. So essentially what I'm going to do here is I'm going to reassign this keyboard shortcut to Photoshop's Save for Web and Devices command. So I have the keyboard shortcut selected here. I'm just going to hit delete on my keyboard to clear it out of that command there. And then what I'll do is I'll scroll down, and there's Save for Web and Devices, and look at the shortcut here, at least on the Mac. Option Shift Command S. You got to be double jointed to pull that one off. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm simply going to hold down Command and Shift and type in S here on the Mac, or if you're on the Windows side, try holding down Control Shift and S. And then that new keyboard shortcut now gets assigned to Save for Web and Devices, which is great. All right, let's see if this actually works here. I'm going to go ahead and click on OK, and that should seal the deal for us. If I now head up to the File menu, I don't have any files open here, but I can see the Save for Web and Devices command, even though it's grayed out. There it is. Shift-Command-S has now been assigned to it. So you can always readjust and customize Photoshop's keyboard shortcuts to your own liking.